Boom. And we are live. Michael Beast Boy Davis, good friend of mine, professional UFC fighter. I love saying that because I've seen you from working your way up from the bottom to here. And now I know you're still striving to go even further, but it's awesome to see that journey. Thank you for joining me, man.
Of course, it's a pleasure to be here. And honestly, it's been a fun ride having you by my side too.
I appreciate that. Yeah, like I said, you haven't changed. And it's like a lot of people, when they start to get success, not everyone, but a lot of people, they may change, or their personality changes, or their ego grows. You've been the same person since the day you were beating up people to the gym to now you're beating up people in the octagon in the UFC. So it's an awesome thing to see. I appreciate that about you. But okay, so there's a lot going on. So UFC 249 has been crazy. This coronavirus has been crazy. There's a lot going on. So first of all, how are you? How's your family? Everyone's good and healthy?
Everyone is good and healthy. As you know, I don't live around my family. They're about 5 hours away from me, but I do keep in touch with them. They do seem to be doing okay.
Right.
I'm well. I wake up every morning. I feel good. I try to do some kind of workout. Finally back in shape, and it sucks because I got injured in January, so I had to back out of my fight in February, and then it's been January, February, March, and now we're doing all April. So I have not trained in probably 4 months.
Man, I was about to say, how has this affected that? Well, first of all, I'm glad you're healthy. I'm glad the family's healthy. But Mike Davis joining me here on the Max Van Auken Podcast. But how's that been? I mean, that's one thing I've wondered about professional athletes. Not everybody has like state-of-the-art equipment at their house, or maybe something's going on. So have you had to adapt? Has it made you kind of rethink how you want to train? How's that been like?
I have no idea what I'm doing. I wake up. I have a degree in exercise physiology, so I do know a lot of the body movements, and I know stuff that I can do at home that can increase my like athletic capacity and everything like that. So
right.
I do have some degree of weights here. I do have open space. But they closed my gym in my apartment complex. They closed my pool. They closed everything. So I wake up, I run, I try to do something.
Yeah, it's tough. I've been hitting the weight room a lot. And then like I was on this great routine. I was seeing strides. I'm like, dang, I'm gaining more weight. I'm going up in weight on what I'm lifting. And then this happens. Like I don't know how to function. It feels so weird, not when you're used to a routine, you're used to a habit. And now I can't do that anymore. I feel like I'm deteriorating day by day when it comes to my progress. So I've just been doing push-ups. I've been doing pull-ups and just a bunch of core. I saw one of the things you put on your Instagram, I believe, was one of your routines was one of those core exercises. And I tried that and it was burning. I think it's when you had like your legs come up to where your hands are positioned on the floor.
Yeah.
With your socks, right? With the wood floor.
Yeah, it's a sock workout. It's good ones. They're all good ones.
Yeah, for sure. Now, before we get into the UFC, I have one last off-script thing for you. You're a big Marvel guy. We watched Infinity Wars together. We're entering the second phase, and I had to get your opinion because I haven't got to ask you yet. Do you think it's going to live up to the first phase?
I don't think so.
No? So is it over? Like, is the dynasty over?
They'll have their little branch-offs, but I'm not a fan of the people that are coming into having their own movies.
Yeah, they're not the fan favorites. It's not Captain America. It's not Iron Man.
Yeah,
and not that they won't be good, but yeah, they're not the mainstream ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So, UFC 249. Tony Ferguson was supposed to fight Khabib. This is like the 5th time it's been booked, right? And I think like you can make arguments for both cases. Obviously, Khabib's the favorite, and I understand why. He's undefeated. He mauls everybody. But I spoke to Dean Thomas about it. And I even spoke to John Fitch about it. I was like, I think Tony has the ingredients. For one, I think he presents the most issues for Khabib out of any other opponent he's had. But I actually think he was going to win. Like, I think he was going to find a way. Maybe it was a slick submission in a transition. Maybe he was just getting gritty and moving forward. He doesn't get tired. I just thought he was going to be able to do it. Obviously, that doesn't happen. So now they're talking about getting an island. And now Justin Gaethje comes in. Before we dive into depth on who you have winning, you told me you're really happy you got to see this matchup happen with Khabib, though. I mean, with Tony Ferguson.
Well, yeah. Like I was mentioning that I made comments on Instagram and here and there about this matchup actually being fun to watch. Both fighters, and Justin and Tony, have title contention. They are both good enough to fight for a belt. And to say that this fight shouldn't happen it's kind of like ludicrous. It should.
Right.
Sure, it has no gain for Tony. Tony has everything to lose. If he loses to Gaethje, then Gaethje will be bumped up, and maybe he'll get the next title shot. Or this is just like because it's an interim belt. He's going to get a shot at the belt. Yeah, Gaethje has nothing to lose going into this fight. He hasn't trained like Tony has been, and he mentioned that.
Right.
And he mentioned that he's scared. He's scared to take this fight, but it's nothing to lose here.
Right. No, that's interesting. Now, in a weird way, even though those all seem like weaknesses, like, you're a little scared, you didn't get to fight, didn't get to train as much. Couldn't I argue it's like that's almost a benefit, if that makes sense? Because, he doesn't have anything to lose. So he can go out there and just fight the way he wants to fight.
Yeah.
And I think that's how he fights normally.
True. True. I think Gaethje can pull off a knockout, if anything. But I think Tony will win this fight. Knit and grit. He is slick. He does unorthodox stuff.
Yeah.
And he has a pace that not many people keep up with. So I think that's going to be the decider. But then again, Justin has the power. And when it goes into those brawls that they're going to have, Gaethje might connect, but I feel like the length of Tony is going to the benefits of the brawls. However, in Gaethje's last few fights, he's known to move more often now, so he's not sitting in the pocket and brawling as much.
Right. Yeah, he's been
he's evolving. Yeah, he's evolving.
The one thing I'm going to say is this. Now, I'm a huge Tony guy. Like, Tony and Holloway were like one of the two most underrated fighters, I felt, to me, just because they would just fight anybody and they just go through everybody. But the one thing that when I saw Tony Ferguson, his last fight was Showtime Pettis, I believe, and he obviously won. It was a fan favorite type of fight. It's a typical Tony Ferguson fight. It's bloody, it's gritty, but he did get hit a lot, and I think he does get hit a lot. And Justin Gaethje, I think, has more power than anyone he's fought. So if he gets hit by Justin Gaethje, which I think he will get hit, I think Justin Gaethje, and I'm calling an upset here. I would when initially I heard it, I'm like Tony Ferguson, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm going Justin Gaethje. I think Justin Gaethje is going to shock the world and beat Tony Ferguson on 2 weeks' notice.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. All right, yeah, I can agree to it. I wouldn't doubt it.
Now I thought for a second, did a part of you for a second think Conor McGregor was going to step in, or no?
No.
Because do you remember
Conor McGregor fights and then vanishes for a year or so, and he goes into something stupid. So he got his fight against Cerrone. He did good, and he'll vanish for maybe like half a year.
Oh, so you think he's vanishing again? Because I don't like the whole build up with Donald Cerrone was like, this is the new look Conor, it's 2.0, and it's like he seemed more humble, more outlook, and then he does seem
like a better person.
Yeah, and one thing he kept talking about, he's like, I know Khabib and Tony's not going to happen, and I'm going to be there when one of them drops out. He kept saying that. So then when I heard, because I don't know if you remember watching to the build-up, he's like, yeah, it's not going to happen. And he's like, I'll be ready, I'll be fresh. And then he didn't take any damage with the Donald Cerrone fight. So I'm thinking here, Conor's ready to step in, but it's kind of hard to ask someone to do that.
I think it's time to give Tony his shot. It's been lined up forever. Mm-hmm. I want to see it. Everyone wants to see it more than they want to see him fight Conor again. So,
yeah, my two last questions for you, Mike. I appreciate you joining me. Do you think if you had to bet your money, Khabib and Tony ever happens?
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
This has to be the most booked fight ever.
Yeah,
100%. Like, this is gonna be the sixth time.
I think it'll happen this summer. It depends. It depends on how this whole coronavirus thing plays out.
Right.
See when people start again and people start training again. And
right.
But
yeah,
the talk is that Dana's getting an island for a few months, renting an island.
That's crazy. That's I mean, that's insane. It sounds like it's out of a movie. It really does. It sounds like Mortal Kombat. But
I'll get flown to that island. I remember
you as a fighter. That was my next topic. You as a fighter, all this going on, and you're healthy, your family's healthy, and a perfect scenario. Dana's like, "Hey, Mike, we got a fight for you. It's on UFC Island."
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm doing it. I already got. They already called me. They already asked me if I'm available, and I told them yes.
Really?
So yeah,
that's great.
I'm
great.
heavy. I mean, I'm heavy, but I'll fight anyway. I don't care.
So would you have to come out in like a Mortal Kombat type themed walkout or weigh-in because of it? Because you're going to an island?
They won't let me.
No?
Yeah, not here. I can't. I don't have that freedom anymore. It's UFC Reebok gear or nothing.
Man.
Yeah.
I was really looking forward to
You get people lucky. You get lucky like Brock gets to wear his head, the Indian headpiece.
Yeah, well,
but that's it. That's it. Yeah, no, that's it.
Wow. Okay, well, yeah, man, I'm trying to think of what else you could do to represent Mortal Kombat, but that's really about it. Man, okay.
I can learn one of the entrances for one of my favorite fighters, and any of them, and could do that entrance out.
Yeah, unless they get in the octagon and you're just like this. Yeah, get over here with the chain.
Yeah.
Well, Mike, man, I appreciate it. It's been a while since I got to see you in person. Hopefully I'll see you soon. I hope you stay healthy. Anyone wants to check out your videos, they want to support you, where can they find you?
Yeah, Mike Davis MMA on Instagram, on Twitter. Just made a TikTok. I don't really use it, but it's Mike Davis MMA 6. I don't know who the 6 people who took my name first are, but I'm going to hunt you all down. I promise.
I hate that, and I have such a weird last name. So when someone takes like Van Auken, I'm like, what? I'm like, how's that even possible? That's hilarious, man. So you're gonna make a dancing video?
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna start making some little dance video. I'll start doing something with the time I have to.
Yeah. All right. Well, besides gaming and
a lot of stuff I post, I'm keeping everybody in shape. I'm posting little home workouts for everyone. So. Yeah, I do share them on my Instagram and on my Twitter, so people watch those.
Okay, cool. Now, is there one last thing? I'm sorry. Is there something that you found yourself maybe getting into, or a hobby that you've picked up because of this that you maybe didn't think you'd get into?
No, I'm just doing the same thing I always do. Yeah, I just game, I work out, I sleep and eat. I picked up the hobby of eating more often.
You gotta watch that.
Like every 30 minutes.
No, I hear you. This has brought the inner gamer back out of me. I retired for a while, but now I'm back. So
actually, I read. I've been reading.
Really?
I do not read. I just read The Alchemist in like 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the last book I just read, and then American Sniper.
American is a book, or are you talking about the movie?
The book, and then afterwards.
I love the book.
Was better.
I love the movie.
The movie was great.
Bradley Cooper got big.
Bradley Cooper did get big.
Yeah, he's like a heavyweight there. But yeah, I was like, wow. But yeah, it's crazy. It's all a true story. I want to check out that book. I've been reading David Goggins' book, actually. That's one thing I've been.
I bought that for Pete a long time ago. I never got it for myself, so I might actually grab that real quick.
It's intense. Like, it really is. Yeah. Like, it's an awesome book. So I definitely would recommend it.
All right. I'll read that next.
Mike, I appreciate you, man. Mike Davis here. Continued success. Stay safe, and I'll speak to you soon.
Of course. You as well. It's always fun. I can't wait to see this fight.
Yes, sir.